Hey, this is Brandon Figure. I would like to talk about McFarlane Toys Superman Returns. And I was lucky to have grabbed this guy in store, in person, for only $25. Yes, only, I don't mean only as if it was, cheap, but compared to online retail price, this guy is pretty cheap for $25. Online you have to spend like 35 to 40 bucks total, including tax and shipping. And it's just so expensive online. It's just too much money for something that's bare bones. So it's kind of stupid. So anyway, he's one. This McFarlane Toys is the one of the first. I would say the first company to ever make a Superman Returns action figure, a superposable Superman Returns action figure in a 7-inch scale. So that's very nice. Now, without further ado, let's get him out the stand and take a closer look. Now, I'm going to do some comparison with the other figures, so let's get it started. Now, I have him standing next to the Arkham figures. You can see how much bigger he is next to these two older figures. The older figures were a little bit smaller, like a few centimeters smaller, but nowadays a lot of McFarlane's figures are a lot bigger, and so I'm just letting you know that, so you keep that in mind if you want to get this Brandon Routh Superman. Just saying. So anyway, now moving on to the more interesting comparisons. Now what we have here is the DC Classic Superman on the left from McFarlane, and the one on the right is, I think it's from Mattel. It is a really old figure, and that was actually released when the movie came out, so back in 2006. So like about 20 years ago. Pretty old. So this is a flying effect Superman. If you pull on this, you can't hear it, but he makes that sound, like the whooshing sound when he's flying. This is the base. It's really dated. Hold on. You can see the face looks nothing like him. It's just weird likeness there. And you had this ugly ass Ninja Turtles chest right here. And because of that, it was making that noise. The reason why I got this is I actually don't keep this since I was younger. No. I bought this recently on eBay because I thought it would look like this. And then when I got it in hand, I was like, oh my goodness. And this huge thing in the back. It looks like a Ninja Turtle. It's just unbelievable how that was back there. But anyway, yeah, you can see all the texture sculpt work on there, which look like miles better than what is going on now. What's going on now looks pretty good. I'm not complaining about that. I'm just saying that this one back then, it was more detailed, you know. And the reason why I have this one here is because it had a lot of little parts that remind me of Superman Returns Soon, which is the edge shield, the 3D sculpt and the edge shield, and the belt with the edge shield on there, on the belt buckle, just like that. And he has trash with the edge shield symbols on there, on the bottom, just like Brandon Routh Superman. So yeah, it's very similar. I really like this one a lot. Like, I love everything about this figure, except for the blue shade color. The blue is perfect on this guy. Absolutely spot on blue. I just love this color. And then, this guy also has the Superman stamps underneath on his treads. So, I just think it's funny. Just imagine you see Lex Luthor with the S shield imprint on his forehead, and people will know, oh, you got by Superman. So I don't know, I just think it's funny. So anyway, that's it. And what we got here is live action Batman and Robin. The one on the left is from Batman Forever, and I freaking love that outfit. I mean, this is the one and only Robin in my collection, really. And then the one on the right is Batman Begins. Finally, world's finest live action version of Brandon Routh and Christian Bale together as a team. The one we always wanted to see. And then we got Henry Cavill Superman. So we never got to see them together ever. It would have been perfect, but oh well. And here we got live action Lex Luthor on the left. More specifically, the one from 2025 Superman movie. I forgot his name. And then, the actor's name. And then the one on the right is Brainiac from Injustice 2 game. That is the alternate version of Brainiac. Now, we got all the live action theatrical cut Superman figures in chronological order. So, 1978 Superman, 2006 Superman, 2012 Superman, and 2025 Superman. Now I have the entire collection of movie Superman figures. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Okay, we're going to go over articulation on this guy. Starting with the head. He looks up. That's far. Which is pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Not bad at all. He looks down. That's far. Not very good looking down. Looks up a little better, honestly. That's not bad at all. That's pretty good. He tilts this far. This far. Of course, full 360 swivel, no problem. And now, shoulders, he has shoulder rings going all the way around like this. And it's not a butterfly joint. He goes about this far with the arms. Let me pull it like this. See? He goes this far here. And then back about this far here. Which is not bad. And then there's the rotation of the shoulders. And shoulders go up this far. Perfectly at 90 degrees. And he has bicep swivel. It goes all the way around, no problem. And double jointed elbows. Really jacked up right here. Look at how much gap is going on in there. Like, wow, that looks really bad. It's not, as bad as, let me look at this. Oh yeah, it's really bad. I never noticed this, but it looks even worse for some reason on this. It's so gappy. Like, there are literally holes in there. That's crazy. Okay, and then there's wrist joint. It has a hinge and a swivel. It goes our way around like that. And you can turn this way and go like that. It's a really ugly joint though. The reason why is because it's so long. It is so long. So long. Right there. So yeah, it's just not good. So anyway, there's that, and then the chest, you arch his back this far. Not bad. Not bad at all. That looks really good. Really good job on that. And then side to side tilt. It's actually really good there. I like that. And then forward crunch is, it's okay, but it is fixable. You can customize that part. I actually could do it with the Christopher Reeve Superman. So this is fixable. You can make it crouch a little bit further with the custom. If you drill the hole underneath the bottom of the stomach piece, when it comes to a swivel, don't do the swivel on the diaphragm cut area, because if you turn it, you will cause the white plastic to come up, because it's not supposed to turn like that, because it's kind of like, if you feel it at the top, it's more oval like this and not circular. It's oval, and these are hard plastic. I mean harder plastic, not really hard, and it's going to stretch the plastic right here. I don't want to, like, you can see it forming, you can hear it too. So you're not supposed to turn it, so just leave it like that. But the swivel can work on the waist. It's really tight, so you have to really turn it. It does have a swivel at the waist, so there's that. So anyway, split this far, it's good. Kicks up this far, soft trunks piece, pretty soft, so it kicks up pretty good. And thigh swivel, I have a little bit, just a tiny bit. See, you can see it move a little bit, tiny bit of thigh swivel, and does it close in together? A little better actually. Let me look at the Christopher Reeve one. This one, the Brandon Routh one, closes the legs a little bit better actually. If I push it, you can feel it like trying to pop off like this. It will pop off easy. I have to click it back in there. This one, it closes in a little bit better. It straightens down. It's not like split apart so much. Now, what else? It kicks back as far, soft trunks piece. Double jointed knees. That's what it looks like when bent. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's ugly, but it's not too bad. And it's very ratchety there. And then there's a swivel at the ankles, and feet go up this far, down this far, and ankle pivot. Perfect ankle pivot, no problem. And toe hinge. And the toe hinge, it looks good. It's all smooth now, smooth down, whatever you call it. And then, yeah, it looks good. It's almost seamless. That looks great. So I have to say, for a McFarlane figure, this is actually a really good figure for a McFarlane action figure. He poses pretty good. Dare I say, probably better than all the other movie Superman action figures, which is crazy to say. So let's go over Sculpt Paint. Okay, starting with the head. You see the hair? It's hard to see, but it is actually dark brown, and it's got some wash on it. It's got some wash on it, actually. And it is dark brown, not black, not pitch black, not glossy black, just flat matte finish, dark brown hair. It is actually very accurate to the movie. The hair swirl over there, which is nicely done. And it's kind of soft. It's not hard. It's soft, right? So that's very nice. And the base, honestly, it's got some likeness to Brandon Routh. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. It does. But something's off with that face. You know, he has one of those faces that's kind of hard to do, because he has a very chiseled looking facial structure like Christopher Reeve. That's why people kept saying he looks like Christopher Reeve. So both him and Christopher Reeve are very hard to sculpt because they're very proportionate and they have more square jawlines. It's hard to explain, but yeah, you know, it does look like him in some way. It's hard to explain, but he did not have cheekbones, like pronounced cheekbones. He did not have that. It was like a lot smoother than that. I don't know. I mean, you can always get the third-party head sculpt for this. It will really help alleviate this figure so much. Now, the skin tone is good. I mean, it's not, it looks pale in the pictures in the video, but I'm looking at it in hand. It's not really that pale, like at all, really. I mean, it is a little bit pale, but it's not bad looking. It looks like real flesh tone. That's why it looks so pale in the video. When you look at it in hand, it looks like real person skin, like a realistic skin tone. It's hard to describe what I mean by that, but it looks really good for a flesh tone, honestly. It really does. Now, I forgot to talk about the cape. I will go over this real quick. It is not wired. Okay, it's not wired. It's just cloth cape. And it's a good cloth material. It really is. It's perfect for this character. But, and good color too. But my problem with this is that it looks like he has a McDonald's shape symbol over his shoulders, right? And the reason why it does that is because of the stitching on each side. So it makes it poof upwards like that, and then it goes out. And the way that neck is pushed downward, that makes that cape like poof upwards a little bit. So you have to add some wire into this cape. You have to. Just so it stays flat over the shoulders like this. And it looks really, really nice. Really nice this way. So I recommend you to add the wire into it. Maybe I will do a video on how to take that neck off. You have to heat dry it and things like that. It's not easy. But you can do it if you want to. If not, you don't have to. It's not that bad. I just wish they didn't stitch this. Then it will be a little bit flatter over the shoulders. A little better. I don't mind a cape without the wire. I really don't mind that. But it has to be included just so it stays flat over the shoulders. That's it. That's the only reason why I want the wire on there. For me, personally. Now, let's talk about the collar. This collar right here, I mean, it starts to stick out. That's kind of weird. But anyway, there's collar right here. That's not accurate to the movie. Because in the movie, his collar is really tight. And it's like really tight. It's not directly around his neck. It looks really weird in the movie. Especially with the edge shield being so small. This is not accurate. But for a good reason. Okay, this is a good thing. Because this looks way better than the live action film suit. So that looks really good. It has no texture on here. Like no texture on this. But you can see the texture on this one, the old one. There's a lot of pattern on there. On the body. That's from the old 2006 toy. So, yeah. You can see how clean the paint is over here. It's much better here. Modern technology is getting better and better. And so he has no pattern and no texture on his, edge shield and his trunks and everything. This one had texture everywhere, all over the place. So, yeah, I don't really notice that in the movie, but yeah, that's what it had. One little sculpt that kind of bothers me when it comes to the edge shield is the way the line is worked, like in the middle of the edge. You see how the line is worked around like this. It looks like that line right here, this line right here, is just a little too high. So you can't really see that the line is directly in the middle. You know what I mean? I gotta use my pencil. See this line right here? It goes from here, and then it goes around, and then this line right here, this line, it's sits too high. It should be right here in the middle, like right here. It's a little too high. And this one right here is sits too high. So it just looks like it's raised and not, 3D. So it has to be like literally in the middle, like this, and then another one in the middle. I hope it is a separate piece. Yes, it is. So hopefully third party will sculpt a new edge shield that has texture on it. Not texture, but like the correct, you know, the line, like being in the middle, like right there. Like if you see if you look at the old one, this one has the right line at the right place. It's right, like right in the middle. See, it's right in the middle. It's not up here. It's like right in the middle, so it looks nicer. You can see the 3D look of the S on this one a lot better. So I wish that is something they did on this. That's my small nitpick, but that kind of bothers me that the line sits a little too high in the middle. The trunks piece, honestly, I gotta be honest with you, it looks like a diaper. I generally don't call this piece, trunk piece, a diaper because it is expensive. But this one right here, it literally looks like a diaper. It's a little too big. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But I'm glad with the fact that they actually bothered to paint everything in detail with the belt, right? You can see how cleanly painted this is on the belt buckle. And they paint all the way around. They actually bothered to paint everything on this belt. So, gotta give them props for that. It's not terrible, but it's just a little too big. Just a teeny bit. It needs to be tighter on the waist. So, yeah. And I noticed the chest, the sculpt on this chest, it is so much better than the Christopher Reeve one. Because clearly, this is based on the same mold. It's borrowing parts, but clearly it's borrowing parts from Christopher Reeve figure. Because you can see the arms are the same. Pretty much exactly the same. Same exact arms. Same hands. Right? Same legs. Same legs. But different boots, different trunks, and different chest. I think the next piece is the same. Yeah, I think it is the same. So, now speaking of boots, this one actually has texture pattern. You see, they actually put some love and attention to the boots. They even added the zipper on there, and look how leathery it looks on the texture. It looks very realistic. Look at the detail on the boots. Look at that. Look at the old one. That's just crazy. The amount of detail, attention to detail here is crazy. And look at the edge shield on the back of the boots. Let's see if the old one had that. Yep. See? And then the tread pattern. It's got 3 edge shields on there. 4 actually. 4. So they did a good job on the boots. That is awesome. That is awesome. And not only that, but it has good articulation. So now let's talk about the proportions of this figure. Okay, the proportions, it looks off. I gotta be honest with you. Even though I love this figure, it still looks off. The head is scaled correctly with the rest of the body, but it is kind of slim, and his neck is not that thick in the movie. He never had a thick neck. It was always thin, kind of pistol neck. It was not that thick like Christopher Reeve was. And then, you know, the legs are too skinny. It kind of works with this mold. It's not too bad. It kind of works. I think it looks pretty good. It's not too bad. But I don't like the wrist joints. They're too long. So I don't like that. The boots, though, they're amazing. But look, Look how huge the feet are. See, the feet are huge compared to the rest of his body. That looks ridiculous. His feet is huge. Look at Christopher Reeve's feet. Look at Christopher Reeve. And look at Brandon Routh's feet. Like, holy moly. Look at this. Wow, man. Let's look at Henry Cavill feet. Let's see. He has huge feet, dude. Huge feet. So, yeah. Nothing I could do. I can't fix that. It's just, that's just the way it is. So, that sucks. But, other than that, good. Colors. The colors are accurate. It's exactly how it looked in the movie. The blue, the shade of blue is beautiful. He's got abs midsection. You can see he actually has abs. These are new. This is new. This is not Reeve's stomach. It's not. Totally different. Different shape. So, that is new. I also want to mention that this figure is very glossy. I don't like that one bit on pretty much all my action figures. I don't like how it is really shiny. It's not as bad as the Christopher Reeve one, but this is still pretty bad because it is really shiny. It just makes it look cheap. So I'm gonna use some flat matte spray finish to finish that up and, you know, just take out the shine, because I do not like that one bit, honestly. Okay, now I want to talk about accessories. Okay, this guy basically has 0 accessories. Well, I wouldn't call it 0. He does come with a few, like the card right here and the black disc stand, right? That's it. And maybe a maybe a sky backdrop, but that's it. That's all you're getting. No hands, no alternate heads, nothing. No, you know, like blast effects like heat vision or ice breath, none of that. It doesn't come with anything. Just the figure himself. Okay? Just keep that in mind. Now, the reason why I have Christopher Reeve figure right here is because they both share the exact same wrist joints, so the hands are going to be the same. So you take this off, like so, and you can put like Christopher Reeve hands on there. Unfortunately, they do not match. The skin tone, the flesh tone do not match, right? But at least you'll be able to swap hands, you know, for your photo shoots. It's really tight. So yeah, see, it fits perfectly. So you can have them doing the flying pose, and you know, or have them hold the crystal for the Fortress of Solitude. You know, it's essentially the same fake. It's the same iteration of Superman. So you put the crystal hand here. It's really tough to put on. Okay, now you got him holding the crystal, right? So yeah, it fits like perfectly. It's the same exact set of arms from the Christopher Reeve. So yeah, and then you can swap the heads if you want to. This actually pops off easily, like so. So it makes me wonder if they actually had an extra head, but they decided against it and thought maybe they could just release the standard one, and eventually in the future they'll release a more deluxe version with more hands and more heads for Brandon Routh Superman. It has me wondering. Now, this is the Reeve head sculpt. It pops on perfectly, and look how good that looks. Holy smokes, that looked good. That looks really good. Wow. Look at that. Modern Christopher Reeve Superman. That looks awesome. Unfortunately, the skins don't match. Not really, so that's the drawback with this. But it looks fantastic for the Reeve figure. Like, wow. That looks really good. His head matches with the chest sculpt a lot better. As you can see, much better. But wow, that looks really nice. Alright, that's it. So yeah, Brandon Routh Superman does not have any accessories, but if you want some extra accessories, borrow some from Christopher Reeve Superman. Let's do some posters in my opinion. So do I think it's worth it? Well, it depends on the price. For $25, you should definitely grab it, and it's usually only $25 in the store, not online. Right now, online, he is like over $30 to $40, which is like stupid expensive for something that is so bare bones. So don't even buy this figure for $30. It's not all that really. So, other than the price and the lack of accessories, I mean, it's missing a lot of accessories. It's still a pretty good figure, and it has nice sculpt and nice colors. The likeness isn't really there, but still a nice figure to have overall, especially if you have all the 3 other live action Superman figures. This is like a no-brainer. So, yeah, that's about it. Thank you for watching. Hope I see you again soon. Take care.